Good morning, everybody. Welcome to YouTube and this wonderful stream in this wonderful morning. We've got a couple of guys here on Discord with us already. Uncle John, Giuliano, Kevin, and Olivier. Myself, we have Linda in the cockpit already. We're going to set her to work just now. And I hope you guys enjoy the flight with us. I'll start talking in a minute or so about everything in more detail. Hoekstes and Bjorn, welcome. I see your names there. Yeah, I think we shouldn't worry too much about what she looks like. It's more about what she does. She's actually brilliant. There are a couple of conflicts with the Zibo Mod that I have brought and will bring more to the attention of jar design. I've had a two email exchange this morning with the lead developer already, so we're going to possibly see him on stream. You know, that is a very real possibility as well. I did invite him to come and join us, so we can then discuss a couple of things with him. I've also reported quite a few bugs to Zibo regarding 11.43. This model has got quite a few bugs that I've picked up in the last couple of days. I also said to him that as we continue, I will send him more information of what I do pick up. There is a bit of a conflict between this Linda lady, this add-on, and the Zibo, so I'll point a couple of things out to you, and we'll use this video then kind of as a reference for the developers both sides to work together to streamline it a little bit. So the first question I had for jar design was, do you want to treat this as a bolt-on, just an add-on afterthought, or do you want this lady to actually be a crew member of the Zibo? Because there are certain things that is built into the Zibo already, that's part of the role play, part of the pageant, or whatever you want to call it, that you know, would be nice if she actually interacts and become a crew member of the Zibo Mod, because I think that's what the intention is anyway. So we're going to have to change some of the scripts and things to just make it work better together. So that's where we are. And good morning, Alba Pino. Good morning, Cheese and Wine. Oh, man. I can bank on you, my friend. You are 100% trustworthy to be there with your cheese and wine. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so we're going to use Ryanair Virtual Flight as the test model today as well. We're going to fly from Luton down to Cork in Ireland. We will be flying flight level, well, I will be 320, the other guys 3638. I've heard a couple of things, so you know, you guys stick there. We'll be using a cost index of 6, runway 25 for departure, runway 16 for arrival. We have a direct crosswind between 11 and 13 knots on the arrival. So yeah, so we're going to do our best to land again. It's going to be a bit of a fight to get it down, but that's all part of the fun, you know. We'll laugh together when we have to.
Nico?
Yes.
Your stream menu still says Atlanta to Nashville.
Where?
Underneath the YouTube screen.
No, man.
Let me refresh just to make sure.
Yeah, please.
I wonder if I'm picking up the wrong one. Yeah.
The stream is called Introducing Linda for the Zibo Mod. It's got nothing to do with Atlanta or anything. Hello, George. Good morning. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
My problem, Nico, my problem was picking up the wrong one.
Well, rather say something, you know, than leave me to be the laughing stock. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. I just want to get my foot eater off here because now it's getting way too hot here as well. Gaster Dude, good morning. Good morning and thank you for subscribing. I am unsure of how to pronounce your name there, but thank you very much. Vasily, good morning. Yeah, guys, so I just want to quickly finish my flight planning and stuff. Then we're going to move into the cockpit and I'll talk you through what I've found, what I've seen, how we run the add-on and things like that. So yeah. Right. Let's get SDKP on. Giuliano,
Y- yes.
I see your green light is on the whole time. I just want to warn you that you will be transmitting if the green light's on.
No, because I restart my explain.
Okay.
I have one problem with FS Cloud now. I come back.
Okay.
Nico, quickie.
Hmm.
I'm trying to transfer my frequency for the ILS, and it's not moving up. It is in the second radio, that's okay. But on the first one, when I press change over to the frequency, nothing's happening. Any idea?
Yeah. I'll show you just how I had it yesterday because me and Mac were working on Linda to do the actual barometer settings for us. I'll show you just now, Uncle John.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Yeah, let me get into the cockpit and then we can discuss it. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this thing? Right, first things first. Good morning. You know what? Let's go read it again. 1, 2, 3, 2. And let's just generate this plan. Good morning, Joe. I am all good. I hope you are good as well. Right, so that takes care of our flight planning. I'm just clicking fly now. Let's get into this cockpit. Okay, so the first thing that I just want to mention to you is this add-on works with both buttons. You can use it as a button add-on. You do not need to use voice, or you can activate your Microsoft speech recognition as I have done there. If you do activate the Microsoft speech recognition, you have to allocate a button to activate it, like so. All right, if you do not have the button activated, that woman is going to listen to you the whole time, and if Microsoft speech recognition hears the word switch off or cut off or something similar that it might even misinterpret, you're going to end up, you know, in a field somewhere with the aircraft crashing or in the sea. So the whole idea is to have a push button to get you to push it so that you may speak with her, you know, and then she won't listen and get interference from a perception or something. So I'm going to move that out of the way, putting that on another screen quickly. Hello, good morning, Dimitri. Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you sleep very well because of that one like that you gave us. Peaceful dreams, my friend.
Good morning. Brief visit. Up bright and early.
Morning,
Yeah,
Richard.
good morning. Albabino, let me show you quickly. Right, so if you go into your FS Cloud, you go to your settings. Then you go to the tab, the third tab at the top. There it says the color, and you select the color. So if we take black, there it turns black. If we go and we select yellow again, there they are yellow again. So that's where you set it, okay? All right, okay. So the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about, obviously now, I hope my explain didn't crash out now. It's just died. I think it's just died. It's me fiddling with FS Cloud again. Damn it, I'm gonna have to restart. FS Cloud, yep, there we go. Bombed out. I'm gonna close FS Cloud and I'll just restart quickly. Right, so we won't fiddle with FS Cloud again. Let me just restart my explain. Okay. Um, it's gonna take a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about Linda again. So there's one button that you need to press to actually make her listen to you. Then you have two other buttons or key presses. The other one will be to skip a command. If for some reason she gets stuck, you can actually skip a command. All right. I don't use that one because honestly, she hasn't gotten stuck with me at all. The last switch that you can put, and this is the other one that I have on my joystick, is to actually hide the widget, the text widget, or to bring it onto the screen. So I've got the one for listening and the one to show or hide the widget. And I'll show you guys how it works once we get in there. Don't worry, Albapina. As long as Explain continues to work, I don't mind. We'll just reboot quickly and go through the motions to set up again. Right, for those of you guys who do use SkyMax Pro, there was an update. I had to install it this morning myself as well, so we're using a brand new SkyMax Pro today as well.
John,
Yes, sir.
I think that we should start our smart cars now, and that'll give us some separation.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on the timer.
Me too. While that's starting, Nico, can you talk me through how to change this radio problem?
What radio problem, Uncle John? Sorry, I'm miles away, busy with something else.
Okay. I'm setting up for the
Oh, no,
ILS.
no, no. No, I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you.
Okay.
But it was in my tablet. If you go to the place where you synchronize the barometers and everything between the captain and the co-pilot, you need to set it to captain. It needs to be on captain because it's currently, and that's how mine was yesterday. It was set to the first officer doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I hope you find it. Otherwise, I'll show you. Uncle John, Dimitri wants to know how was your time off, Uncle John? You're not focused. We can't hear you.
Yes, enjoyable, thank you.
Good morning, Christer. I've just noticed that you've come on to the text there as well. Sorry, my focus has been on 10 places.
Most strange. They are on, Captain.
Waiting, Nico. What'd you want?
Sorted, Nico. What I did is recycled them, and it's worked.
All right, great stuff. Sorry, Reggie, go for it.
Your stream first. Make sure you're still waiting. On the landing call-outs, what's the difference between smart and hard?
There is a difference between RNAV and ILS callouts. Okay, so if you put it on smart and the system detects that you are using RNAV versus ILS, it will do the callouts differently.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dankie, my liefie.
Cup of coffee time, John.
Right, sorry, my wife just interrupted us there for a moment. My son's going out today to a friend, and just had to quickly talk about that.
I don't have any more coffee, Kevin.
Sorry, Nico, in the tablet, I have to choose smart, not hard in configuration.
I prefer smart because I fly both RNAV and I fly ILS. So if I have it on smart,
Okay, thank you.
this is part of the thing that I was talking to Zibo about. Smart is the better option for me.
Morning, Reggie.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Reggie.
Good morning, all. My flight was rejected yesterday, John. Too heavy a landing. I knew things were going wrong.
You'll get there, buddy.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. It's just frustrating, isn't it?
If you go above 500 foot per minute landing, you don't even have to submit it. They'll just reject it. So just look out for that.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. So here we are back. I'm just going to show you Linda quickly.
Hello, Cap. My name is Linda. I am your first officer today.
All right. So that's Linda. Then the idea is that if you go to your optional accessories, you should switch off the FO callouts. You don't want the built-in callouts. Now, I'm going to test it again today. So far, it has not worked. This is version 343, the full pack, and this does not work. It has no effect on the settings. There are plenty of other settings in the tablet that just don't work anymore. I've given Zibo a list, and I'll actually add the smart thing anyway. So we'll keep on sending the information through to him because he's gonna have to fix this up. Then the next thing I want to show you is this widget over here. All right. This is the Linda Copilot widget. I just want to put it somewhere where you can kind of read what it says. Okay, so somewhere like that. All right. So it comes with procedures, and there are a bunch of procedures. You can either use voice and you can read the words and she'll listen to you and execute them, or you can simply click on them. Apart from procedures, we have checklists. The checklists and procedures, like I've mentioned already earlier in the stream, there's a lot of work to be done there because currently it's like a generic bolt-on add-on. It doesn't function as an integrated add-on into the sim yet. So not with Zibo, because there's a couple of settings that I can also show you guys that will interfere. Then we have commands, which are neither part of procedures or checklists. Gaan jy ry? Oh, okay, awesome. Anyway, then what we have is the expected answers. In yellow, you will get the answer that you can either click on or you can read back to the lady and it will then execute a command for you. And then in blue, you have the last commands or the last words that the lady actually spoke, and you read them top down. So the very top line always will be the last command, and then she'll have 2 extra ones, to show you a little bit of history. So if you get stuck and you couldn't hear what she said, just to read what it says. So fully functional in terms of clicking, and also fully functional in terms of speech. The only problem I have is my absolutely weird accent. My accent is not conducive to Microsoft speech recognition. I'm either going to have to train it or live with the fact that I simply cannot use my voice for each and every command because she doesn't listen. And it's not her, it's just because of the text, the texter, or whatever you want to call it, the speech recognition. So this thing is obviously movable, and as I said, there's also a button I can click to just hide it, get it out of my face. If you want to take screenshots and stuff, you don't necessarily want to show that. So just want to set my chocks, get my GPU going. I want to get this airport on here. That's not what I wanted. EGGW, so I can just get the connection to the sim. And we can start planning. So, gentlemen, I will actually, you know what, let me start my timer quickly. I'm going to interfere with this lady and I'll talk you guys through it as we go on because there are certain things that obviously is not synchronized yet. So I'm going to do the initial power up and the basic lighting and stuff. We're going to take one back. In fact, not. Let's show you guys that. That will be operational soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my timer for my 20 minutes. And then we'll have a couple of things to do while doing that. So runway 25, all right.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
I also need to restart my FS Cloud. So let's get that going and let's quickly also do our loading. is loaded. On the previous version of SkyMax Pro, I always had to start it to load. This one seems to be fixed. Fantastic.
Guys, the Leo's on board.
Right, as you guys just heard, there's part of this role play where Trish just came in and she said that the Leo, the law enforcement officer, is on board. This is a very, nice thing to have, to now link into and to respond to and all. If you simply start this lady and you tell her to do the power on self-test and power on startup and stuff, what will happen is you're going to miss part of the pageant. You're going to miss part of the role play. So what I'm doing is to try and blend her in to a certain extent. One of the things that this one also does is she magically closes the door at the back, which is actually something that Trish is supposed to do when she comes in and she gives you your report that you're ready to go, So small little things I'm just pointing out as a matter of record, because I'm busy building a whole spreadsheet, showing all her actions, what she's actually doing and what is expected and things like that. So I'm just mentioning it. I'm just waffling basically. Right. Right, what is also important is that you have to have the correct values in your FMC as well as on your MCP, because she does read them, she does use some of them, and so it's very important that you as the pilot in command still do your work. You can't just sit back and think this woman's going to do everything for you. Okay. It's not aligned, the IRSs. Okay. Right, so let's do this. We're going to enable our little menu. We're going to put it somewhere where we can read it, kind of. And then we're going to look at the procedures. So we have an electrical power up procedure, a preliminary pre-flight procedure, all these things. Right, if you choose electrical power up procedure, she's actually going to start with the APU. And seeing as there's another 15 minutes to go, it's kind of a waste of fuel. And she ignores completely the fact that we are already on the ground power. But for effect, I'm going to use it just to show you guys. So I can press my button and I can say electrical power up procedure. No, Microsoft's not listening. Electrical power up procedure. I hate this accent. Electrical power up procedure. She's not listening. Oh, Microsoft's not listening. So I'm going to go for that one.
Electrical power up procedure.
So one of the things she does is she actually reads these switches. So if you go and you start flicking these switches in all kinds of weird and wonderful places where it's not normal, she'll pick up on it and she will actually fix them for you.
Nico, what is your SID?
Hold on in.
Speech engine restart.
You want to see if that maybe will make it work. Last night on Twitch, you can go watch the stream there. We used voice mostly, and it worked beautifully. So this morning, that's one of these tests that we have. All right, my SID is the CPT 4 Bravo.
Okay, thank you.
Electrical power up procedure completed.
All right, so if we bring our little list back again, the mouse, we now have a preliminary pre-flight procedure, and under the checklist, once we've done with the final pre-flight procedure, we'll do the checklist. So we've got a preliminary pre-flight procedure and a pre-flight procedure. Then we're going to go down to checklists. Let's try again. Preliminary pre-flight procedure. And the speech engine is bombed out. It's dead. So I've closed that down. We're going to use buttons then.
Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
See, now she's switching on the IRSs for us. Checking the circuit breakers, checking the fire extinguisher, things like that. And literally, she's going to check every one of these switches, and now she's doing testing and stuff. So overspeed 1 and 2. Alpapina, yeah, she's blonde. We're gonna make her a brunette yet, sir. We're gonna make her an excellent co-pilot.
Park brake set. Preliminary pre-flight procedure completed.
All right. Something else that I've noticed is that when she sets the parking brake, it shows set, as you guys can see there, but it doesn't take. So if you're on a slope, an incline of some sorts, the aircraft will roll away, even though it shows set. So it's like it's not going through the motions. Now, this could mean that in the tablet we should set the parking brake to simply, maybe then it will work, or she will have to issue a different command to the system to actually set it properly. So I will make her an Afrikaner boeremeisie. We're going to make her a nice boeremeisie. So anyway, that's just jokes. Let's continue with some real work. Right, the next procedure is then going to be the pre-flight procedure.
Pre-flight procedure.
JPF1, welcome to the family. Thanks for subscribing.
You have started your ICARs, haven't you, Nico?
I did, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
New rate set to
Parker.
55.
Morning.
You all.
John, I'm going to start my APU now.
Okay, sir. In fact, we can push back any time, Kevin.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are
Can we
closed,
ask
and all
some
passengers
stupid
are
question
seated.
while you're
course.
streaming, Nico?
Of course.
What is FS Cloud?
It's a private network, but where you don't have ATC, so you can see each other. It's like WhatsApp, MyVail, whatever, but there's no ATC. It's just a private network. So if you join or want to join us, you just install it, configure it, and come fly with.
Please check that the flight level is set correctly.
Okay, it will be for the next time because I'm
Please
already
check that the landing
Sure.
altitude is set correctly.
to that.
Sure. Hakan, how are you doing?
I am fine, sir. Who is Linda?
Linda is my new friend. Look in YouTube.
I see. I'm jealous.
Well,
We're all jealous.
when we fixed her, we'll give it to you for $15.
Okay. How are you, sir? It was a long time ago to see you.
Yeah, I'm doing well, Hakan. Thank you.
Good to hear about that. Everyone is okay.
I'm calling the tug, John.
Okay, sir.
You see, part of what she's doing now,
Pre-flight procedure completed.
she's not able to really do, like for instance the TCAS test, it didn't even start because the IRSs are not aligned yet. If we look at the IRS time there, we've got 4 minutes left on the IRS time. See, so timing and retiming the scripts is going to be crucial to get her to actually become a Zibo crew member. Good morning, Sentinel. Right, our next step is now to go to the checklist. We're going to do the pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Voice recorder.
Is she following your checklist, sir?
No, we're going to make her follow it, but not yet. Not yet.
Tested 100%. Navigation and display switches. Normal, auto. Window heat.
Okay, I'm going to start pushback.
On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Right, anyway, guys, as you can see, the yellow is basically the response we need to give her, so I can't talk back to her, I have to press.
Heading 127. Altitude 592.
Okay, I'm pushing back, John.
Altimeter 2992.
Roger, sir.
See, now
Parking
I
brake.
never set my altimeter and things like that. I didn't complete the setup of the FMC. So she's now grasping certain values.
Engine
That's
start
from
levers.
yesterday. The values she's using is from yesterday.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Alright, so I suggest we get back in our seat and actually start setting up the rest of the story. Alright, okay. See, now if that's a problem again, we need to go there. We need to put Captain back on. Right, so now I can actually click there. Current QNH is 1011. Oh man, come on. I'm in the wrong place, that's why. 1011. We want to be on battery, so that's fine. Right. Next. Oh yes, we want to do this. Right, so just to make you guys feel a little bit better, I suppose, I will be writing a specific checklist that will incorporate the multi-crew environment. The previous checklist of mine will stay in place, not going anywhere, because a lot of guys are not going to buy into this and they still want to do the whole experience. But I will issue a new multi-crew checklist, because you need to get into the flow and you need to start doing the crew resource management together and look at all of those things. Christer, yes. Christer, theoretically, yes. Right, that seems to be fine. Alright, so just to show you guys, now that the IRS is aligned, if you actually do the GPWS test, it looks totally different. You see, It's supposed to only happen after the IRS is set, and the same goes for the DCAS, which I'll show you guys as well just now.
Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
See, and earlier she did all of this before the IRS was aligned, and that's why it just didn't do it correctly. It appeared somehow, but not right.
Climb, crossing, climb.
Cab, I'm aiming the wrong way, I'll turn around.
Clear of conflict. Descend.
No problem, mate.
Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend.
There is a stranger in the cockpit.
Descend,
It is not good.
descend Now. Descend,
No, she's got all the
descend
credentials
now.
I checked it,
Increase
don't worry.
climb. Increase climb. Increase
She's
descent.
okay, okay.
Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Okay, I'm taxiing, following behind Uncle John.
Excellent, enjoy.
There is a gossip.
Mhm.
Everyone I see on the forums or groups about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Everyone says that let's go to
Ground to
explain on
cockpit.
11
Turn
back.
driving up.
I'm just gonna laugh about it. I'm not gonna say anything.
I told you, sir, at least a year we need to wait.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, unless I accidentally touch this wheel, like I did last night, it was so stupid. It just happened by mistake. What we can do now is we can actually ask her under the command section to set
Trim down.
the trim. So she's going to set it correctly for us.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
And now here, she's going to read the value. So if you put an incorrect value here, she's going to tell you that it's incorrect. So I've got 146, and then if it's incorrect, you have to start the checklist again. You know, she's going to make sure that you are okay, that you set it up correctly. But our heading should be 255. And she wants us to set the course headings correctly as well. She's also picking up, you know, the fixed headings. So if you have it on chart, it's 255. You see she's picked it up as 254, so we'll leave it at 254. Alright, there we go. Normal setup is done. Alright, our tow truck is waiting for us. So let's put her to work again. Let's see what she can do for us. So the next procedure is going to be the before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
You see now, she closes the door, which she shouldn't do. What needs to happen is you need to switch on the beacon lights. The beacon lights closes your doors, and it closes this door. Well, I've taken a tablet away. Now we do the Let's see what she did. Sorry.
Before start procedure completed.
See, now Trish comes in and Trish is now supposed to close the door. But anyway, that's fine. Just a little bit of the badge and the role play that's out of sync there. Right, so before start procedure we have just done. The engine start procedure we'll do at the pushback, and then I have to verbally give her the command, which we also gonna just run off. Where is that? You see, now I can't talk to her. Let's see if it's in here, otherwise I'll use the menu. Because you physically have to tell her to start the engines, and you still have to lift the cut-off switch. That's just how it works. So, right. So let's do the before start
checklist. Papers.
On board.
Flight deck door.
Closed, locked.
Closed and locked. Fuel. Pumps on. Passenger signs. On. Window. Locked. MCP.
Start your clock,
Speed 146.
Kevin.
Okay, mate.
Heading 255. Altitude 32,000. Takeoff speeds.
She's gonna check it.
V1 138. V rotate 139. V2 146. CDU pre-flight. Completed. Rudder and aileron trim. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Anti-collision light. On. Before start checklist completed.
Alright, so I'm going to let go of this brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So we're going to go for engine start procedure.
Engine start procedure. Waiting for the command to start sequence.
You see, now what I need to do is go find that command, because I can't speak to her. So I'm going to say start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
She reached the setting in the FMC as far as I can see, Krister.
Crashed out.
No, man. Why?
I don't know, I'm going to have a look at the log.
See, now she's going to tell me when she gets to 25 into, and then I need to lift the little lever.
25 N2.
Krister, this lady is very clever. I don't want to be funny. I cannot say anything negative about her. Any and everything that I mention here today is for record, for making her better, but not because she's broken or because she doesn't do a job. There's nothing wrong with her and doing a job. It's about sequencing and about the SOPs
Starter
and stuff.
cut out.
Alright, so now I need to go.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
See now. Set parking brake. It's fine.
Disconnecting toes. Stand by.
Starting number 1 engine.
I'm rolling, Giuliano.
Okay, start my watch.
$25 N2.
connected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Is she married?
Is she married? I don't know, but I'm already having an affair with her. Uncle John's got a twin
Starter
sister,
cutout.
so we'll have to ask if she's got another
Engine start
sister for you
procedure
if you
complete
want
at.
her. Otherwise, we're gonna have to start cloning her.
I see.
Yeah, we'll have to start cloning her and handing her out. Right, so we have now got the pin on that side. So our next procedure is now the before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Right, and you'll see she's clever enough. When you start taxiing, she will switch the taxi lights on automatically, all on her lonesome self.
Before taxi procedure complete at.
Art controls are modified.
I don't think that's what it is. Right, so next. Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
Go look in your Windows event viewer, see what it was. Did you update to the latest NVIDIA driver yet?
Negative. I've downloaded it, but I haven't installed it yet.
Okay, do that, because my crashes stopped when I did that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Alright, so now we also have a before taxi procedure. I think that's what we did just now. Then a before takeoff. So let's do the checklist. Alright, before taxi checklist. Let's run
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
Who
On.
gave her name?
Probe heat.
Jar design.
Jar design.
On. Anti-ice. Wing anti-ice off. Engine
Linda.
anti-ice off.
Yes.
Where is she
Isolation
from?
valve.
Russia.
Russia.
Auto.
Yeah.
Engine start switches.
You must check her beautiful blue eyes, Hakan. It's dreamy.
Continuous.
Rolling.
Recall.
Enjoy, Juliana.
But still there is some stranger in the computer. I don't like it.
You'll have to get used to it.
Checked. Auto brake. Rejected takeoff. Engine start levers. Flight control.
Alright, this is also something she does not pick up. I can do it until I'm blue in the face. She says it fails, so I don't know why.
Flight controls is not checked. Before taxi checklist is not complete at.
Sorry to hear about that. I am captain. I say we go. Alright, gents, I'm gonna start my taxi.
Taxi lights on.
There you go. Switch them on automatically.
She doesn't wear her mask.
No. No. We don't have coronavirus in this cockpit. This is a very interesting airport, the way that you have to go in behind the terminal and, you know, take these small little routes in and out of the back side of the airport. It's interesting. Very different to what I'm used to. Usually you just pull up and you've got a one front side of the apron and the buildings. See now, if the voice was working, I could tell her to do the runway entry procedure already, and she would go through the motions, and when we get to the runway, we just do the runway entry checklist, kind of a thing, you know, things like that. I'm sorry this engine bombed out. On the next stream tonight, hopefully it works, you'll see. What I have discovered is if I start the Microsoft speech engine before I start the explain, it seems to be okay. But I've had to reboot and restart this explain a few times this morning with all the updates and everything we did. And I think that was just a bit much for the Microsoft speech recognition. Very finicky. And when we had that FS Cloud bomb out on us, it also didn't really help, eh? Here's Mac.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
See, one of the things that is now happening is we get a bit of an imbalance there in the fuel tanks because we've been running that APU for so long. It's like 40 kilograms imbalance. It's not the end of the world, but the idea is not to really have that. You know, if you've got electrical power, use it. Linda did not fix that. That is my responsibility. I'll set it now. Otherwise, what will happen is when we do the before takeoff checklist, she will actually tell me I forgot to set it, and then I have to set it. So let's do it, and then we don't waste that 2 minutes there.
Flaps 5 set.
Again, if I had voice, I could have just said exactly what she said now. Flaps 5 set, or set flaps 5, whatever, and then she would do it. It's a very nice tool, guys. Very, very nice. Also, especially on VATSIM now, all major airports actually come with ground surveillance radar, so the TCAS should have been on already. She's got it in like on but not doing anything, so it still shows off here on the display, but in all rights it should actually be on already. Hello Captain Pepka, good morning. Yeah, I like it. I like this. Yeah, this is jar design. I'm just now going to do some of the polishing work and stuff, but jar design is responsible for the actual Copilot. Yeah, there's a couple of issues with it. Christer, just remind me later on. I need to add to my list. I sent Zibo a whole list of things I've picked up that's wrong with 43. You know, and so we'll just add on to that. Right, so we're going to park off here quickly. Then
I have a question.
Go.
How do you like remove the altitude restriction on the FMC? You know, where in a SID you have like altitude, and when you decide to and you got cleared to climb, where do you do this?
Press altitude intervention button next to your altitude knob on the MCP.
Okay.
That's the one way. The other way is you go into your legs on your FMC. You
Yeah.
press the delete button and you go press the right hand side button next to that limit. And you delete it. But then you're probably still going to have to need altitude intervention, so just stick with that. That's the easiest way. Just press altitude intervention.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to do before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure completed.
Right, so then we go to the checklist. We go find before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Oh, I have to confirm now with a set flap, safe flap position, but there we go.
Flaps 5 set, green light, detent. Stabilizer trim. 5 units set. Transponder. TARA set. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, so just for our own sake, let's see, we will then have the next procedure will be a descent procedure. So procedures are done. If we go to checklist, we have an after takeoff checklist. Okay, they're still using the Airbus terminology, so we'll check those to checklist as we go. Alright, I'm getting on this runway, guys. You guys are probably already at the destination, eh?
No, just on the climb still, Nico.
Well, my coffee's ice cold. I can't even dip the rusks, so I'll have to go and warm it up just now. I'll just quickly get in the air
approaching
and then
26.
we will run away for that.
On runway 0800 feet remaining. On runway 26.
Stabilized.
Thank you. She says stabilized, so once I'm kind of semi-straight, we can go toga. There we go.
Takeoff thrust set. Knots. Throttle hold.
There's a runway with its ups and downs.
V1. Rotate.
See there, the built-in FO is still talking and it shouldn't because the setting is actually off.
Positive rate.
Is she reading V1, V2, VR?
She was talking there, I don't know, you'll have to rewind quickly. I don't get it. She was definitely registered.
Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy.
Yeah, I'll register you just now, don't worry. Just hope I don't have to restart the aircraft. Right, so just gonna fly it by hand quickly.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Product work in demo mode.
Yeah,
Please use menu to register your copy. Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy. Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy.
Do you have a serial number? Yes, I do. Gents, I'm just going to blank it out when I get it just now, just for a second, so I can just paste it without you guys seeing it. Grab it.
Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy. Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy.
I need to type it. Sorry guys, I'll be back just now.
Product work in
Your
demo
box
mode.
is visible on the
Please
screen.
use menu to register your
You're
copy.
joking.
You haven't typed anything into it yet, but the box is visible on the screen.
I don't see it. I swear, I don't see it on my broadcast screen.
I can see you.
Not now.
Not now, no, not now, it's gone now.
Okay. Alright. Sure, you gave me a heart attack there.
Product work in demo mode. Please use menu to register your copy.
When you upgrade, what is going to be different on cockpit, sir? What kind of change we gonna observe?
You will not observe any change. All that's going to happen right now is that Linda will be out of demo mode and we can actually continue using her. That's all that's going to happen right now. So you see now she's back and now we can actually go.
For example, someone asks us why she's wearing her jacket. If you upgrade it, what will happen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
She's gonna continue wearing the jacket until our design takes the jacket off.
I see.
After
Then
takeoff
someone needs
checklist.
to cry.
Sky Ranger,
Urgently.
yes you can, but what happened was this morning I had a couple of problems with Explain and add-ons and things.
Packs.
So I ran out of sequence and she lost, well not she, the
Landing
Microsoft
gear.
speech recognition engine in
Up and
Windows
on.
has now crashed out and I cannot get it to start again. So I
Flaps.
cannot use voice, I have to use the buttons now.
Up.
If
No
you
light.
go to
Detect.
Twitch and you watch my stream last night, I was using voice, and obviously this evening on YouTube I will be using voice as well. So a couple of things here not done yet. This is a rough diamond, people. We are working on it to streamline it and to get everything working. What I did discover, I've mentioned this before as well on the stream, when I start the Microsoft speech recognition engine before starting Explain, it usually works. But if you allow Explain to invoke it and to bring it up, it's very unstable. It just crashes for no reason and there's nothing you can do to restart it. There is a menu item here that says restart speech engine. I'll click it for you.
Speech engine restart.
Right. The moment I click on it, okay, it's actually worked now. I've tried it so many times. It just didn't want to. Now all of a sudden it's working. So let's do after takeoff checklist below the line. It's not listening. It's not listening. It says it is. Now it wants to quit the simulator. You see, this is the danger of it not understanding what you're trying to say to it. So let's do this. Hello. So it's just not listening to me. It says it is, but it's not. There's nothing happening. That engine is just dead.
Approaching transition.
Right, so we're just waiting for that speed, the altitude restriction to go away, then we'll climb further. See now, when I gave her the command last night to go gear up, she actually at the appropriate time switched it to off, and she also cancelled the rejected takeoff. Another thing that she does automatically is she does the lights automatically. So at certain points you'll see she'll reach up, she'll change them. Also the engine start switches, she will put them in the correct position at the appropriate time. So there's a lot of things she does like a real flight, the first officer would do in the flight, that just takes so much more stress off of us. And yet again, that's why I need to create a new multi-crew checklist, you know, so we know what is our responsibility as the flight sim captain and what's her responsibility, and we get the CRM going correctly. Yeah, Christer, I'm not sure. Gentlemen, what flight levels are you guys flying, and did you reach it easy enough? Hello?
I have 360.
And it was easy enough to reach it?
I'm still climbing, but seems, yeah.
Okay. Vince, welcome, welcome. You cannot get her yet, my friend. We still need to finish her off. Once she's done, we will then sell her via the Explain store. In actual fact, it's not us, it's Jar Design, you know, so it's their product. So if you go to the Explain store and you type in Jar Design Copilot, you'll see there are a couple of versions that you can buy already, but the Zibo one is now a new one. Now we are at work getting her to play ball with us. Hello. Oh, no, it's just not listening. Ah, that's so sad. Let me try restart it once.
Speech engine restart.
Hello. Hello? Hello? It's opening Google. It wants me to search for what I'm looking for. That's funny. It's funny.
Approaching transition.
Airborne.
Awesome.
Transition altitude.
Yeah, look at that. She's sitting there with her arms folded. We're going to give her more work just now. Just tell them to make it a little bit less professional and a little bit more friendly. See, she's fiddling there. She switched off the engine start switches. That's usually at about 9,000 feet, and then at 10,000 feet you'll see she'll do the lights. There we go. Okay, I've also restarted the speech engine on the outside. Let's see. How old are you? How old are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Well, it's not what I asked, but thank you very much. How old are you? How old are you? Oh,
Hello, Cap.
anyway, okay. I'm just fiddling with it. Good run. Good one. Good one. It is actually something that they have given us to ask, so...
I am 27 years old.
There you go. The Microsoft speech engine just needs a proper reboot, it seems.
I'm wondering if Linda has got a brother.
Oh yes, she has. Okay. But I don't think we can use him in the Zibo. He's exclusively for the Jar Design 1820.
Ah, okay.
I'm glad they chose the lady for the Zibo. Krister, she's just using the Microsoft speech engine. So the Microsoft speech engine is what it's all about. So if that can do learning, then yes. If that cannot, no. And you didn't crash out this time, Uncle John? Okay. What I noticed yesterday, Krister, as a matter of interest, the word off, the way I pronounce off, to switch off, she didn't understand me, and eventually after the second or third flight she heard me, you know, and I shouldn't say she, we're talking Microsoft speech engine. So I think it's about the training. I mean, I haven't used it in a long time, like a year or more probably, because that's when I last used the brother or the cousin, you know, in the Jar Design 1820. So my speech engine in Microsoft isn't well trained, I think, you know, and the little bit of time I spent with it yesterday or the day before wasn't really good enough. Yeah, so you have to set your language to a US English as well, apparently, according to the manual, which I did. Right, so guys, you can see we've got less fuel on the left-hand side and we've got more fuel on the right-hand side. It's not the end of the world. It's not that much. It won't affect us at this point in time. Once it goes over 500 kilograms, then you are stuck. You have to fix it. But while we have a discrepancy, once we are in the cruise, I'll show you guys how to just balance the fuel by using the cross feed and switching off the pumps and so on. But for now, I think what I'm going to do while she's climbing, I'm going to go warm up my coffee. And it will take me a minute or two and I'll be back. Okay.
Me too.
Back in the air, Kev.
Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Good morning, Paul. Gents, I'm back in the cockpit. As you can see, I'm just quickly enjoying the coffee and some rusks. So I'm listening to you guys and I'm reading your messages. I will respond the moment I can. I need another minute or two to just finish up. Yeah. Alright, we're going to descend to 3000 for the intercept and we're going to use 677 on the decision altitude. So Albapino, I don't put that in. That is about your anti-ice. I don't use that at this point in time. There is 677. Alright, so this morning we do have a course heading 164. Linda will actually set her one, so I might delete that one. Let's use break 3 10990, wrong button. 10990, how's that? There is a VOR, so I'm going to tune that one for reference 1144 60, so that will reference. There, and for the new guys, let's also do the rings. Roll ball, the final approach fix, and then we go to fix, enter it in there. So and if you guys want to put the last ring in there, you can actually go to page 2, but then you need to type the fix name. All 1. Right, so the idea is flaps 1 at 7, flaps 5 at 5, flaps 15 gear down at 3. And by the time you reach that ring, you need to be fully configured for landing. That is what we are planning on doing. Excellent, Dalbapina, glad you like it. So, we should have the rings.
Just started to set.
Awesome.
Kev, I am back with you.
Yeah, I seen you on the FS Cloud map.
Right, so I'm set, I'm ready for descent, guys. Practice, 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 Albertina. Right, so let's get our list back up and let's go to procedures, descent procedure.
Descent procedure. Sir, please check the reference speed and set minimum for approach.
Okay, we've actually done that, but let us go there and do that.
Please check that the landing altitude is set correctly. Descent procedure completed.
And I've just noticed she actually uses the an unknown value. The chart is actually saying 164. The Zibo is saying 164. So she's missed a digit there. Don't know what that's about, but we'll find out. Checklist. The descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
You can't be tired, John.
Recall. Auto brake. Landing data. The reference 146.
It's gonna be some sport. I broke my flaps.
Minimum Sparrow 676 set.
Oh no.
Descent
I had my
checklist
push to
completed.
talk button set to a flap in X-Plane and I didn't notice it.
Well, you'll know next time.
Yep. I already know it now. be a nice challenge.
Right, seems the descent checklist is now done. We've done everything, she's done everything. Now we're just waiting for top of descent to happen. Chrysler, her work is more related to checklists and procedures. It's the pilot flying who's responsible for flying the procedures correctly when it comes to ILS and RNAV and any of these other RNP stuffs. Uncle John, looks like you're enjoying that piece of bread.
Here's a bite, here's a bite.
Awesome. Where's the boerewors, man? He's licking his finger, showing me his appreciation for the bread. It's a bread roll. Awesome.
Homemade jam from the sisters.
Okay. Alba Pino, she's very professional, very dedicated to the job. I mean, she might actually come across a little bit unfriendly because she's so focused. Christer, I don't think that the guys are going to create it, you know, as detailed as that. In time, I would love to twist Jar Design's arm and speak to Evgeny and say to him, listen, let's add the high altitude, hot and high conditions, you know, where we use engine bleed off takeoffs. I'd love to add the icing situations. I'd love to add, you know, all the things. If you look at my checklist that has taken me months to perfect for the Zibo, that includes your icing, your hot and high conditions and all these things, short field takeoffs. It would be nice to have all of that, but at this point in time we just want to get her streamlined and, you know, as a Zibo crew member. Then I can start, you know, adding the nuggets.
Achieving fantastic frame rates in this beta now, Nico.
Good. Yeah, my frames are not bad at all today. I've had one or two instances that I can only ascribe to maybe a weather update, you know, but it comes back quick enough. I'm really enjoying the frame rates now. I think the new clouds and everything also is assisting me, really, for sure. Alba Pino definitely works, but there is no ice conditions, so there's no point in having them on. If we were flying in actual icing conditions, we would probably be dead by now if we did not have them on. I in fact died once live on stream because I forgot them off, so but there's no icing conditions. Yeah, it's just cold. Right, I'm slowing down for the descent, guys. How many of you have ever used this approach button to get the diamonds on the ISFD? For me, it's more like a toy. I only switch it on when I remember. Albapina, if you get my latest checklist and you look at the icing conditions in the checklist, it will tell you and it will also show you specifically in the cruise what to look out for. What are the conditions that needs to be met for your anti-ice to be switched on. I just remembered that I did put it in the checklist, so just go read up on it. It's all there, and it's all FCOM based, so nobody can argue with me and tell me nonsense. It comes directly from the FCOM.
Slowing down for the descent.
Already? What was your cost index? 40 or 400?
6.
Wow. And altitude?
32, sir.
Wow. Wow. So you're catching up on me.
Both of you guys then.
Sorry, Oliver?
I'm saying I'm in front of you. I'm reaching VAPAL.
Okay. Excellent.
Nico, you talked about the ISFD button approach there. What does that do?
It just gives you on your ISFD. It gives you the diamonds for the ILS.
Ah, okay.
It's just an extra aid, you know, just a little help. I mostly never use it. I literally just switch it on when I remember.
Passing 15,000 feet.
Just started the descent now, Nico.
Good stuff. Catch a ball.
Just turning on to the ILS.
Excellent. No, Paul, I think you misunderstood me. There isn't an EFIS approach. I'm talking about the ISFD. It's this one. This is all it's about. That's all I was talking about. Just this one. And all you do literally is you just press the app button. Right, so this is the EFIS. There's no display on it, it's just your flight instrument display stuff. Getting closer, getting closer. Let's do some planning. Let's see. The next procedure will be after landing procedure. We don't care about that procedures. Okay, approach checklist we'll have to do, but we can only do that below the transition level, and then we've got a landing checklist to do. So, item general. Well, there is no APP on the EFIS. Are you not confusing it with airport maybe? Silly question, just wondering. So we click on the airport, all it does is it gives us all the airports in little circles there. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You're talking about this. That's what you mean. That's what you mean. Sorry. Took me a second to realize. I think this is what you mean. We can try use it and see. I hate it. I personally like more information, and when you are on this screen, you've got much more information than just on the screen. This is a very watered down old school kind of way of displaying it. But just for you, Paul, I will use approach. Sorry, it took me a second to figure out what you meant. Christer, they have no way of measuring whether you did it, so it's going to be very hard for them to actually give you any score on something like that. The problem is when they start doing things like that and they get too childish about it, you know, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that. People are not going to like flying for the VAs anymore because nobody likes negativity. You know, when people start telling you you don't know how to fly, you're going to lose a lot of supporters.
Oh, right engine fail. Man.
How? Just fix your failures quickly.
Pushing back.
Nah. Let's have a little challenge this morning.
Okay, but you must switch off your failures in X-Plane. You just untick that box. Make sure it's not there.
Yep.
Christer, we've already had guys complain to Zibo that the Zibo is too, what's the right word they used? It's too realistic. already. Can you imagine if you have to force people to fly with checklist? With all the best intentions in the world, people still lie to me and tell me they use my checklist and then they still can't do the basics right. You know, and I am not the kind of guy that tells them in their faces, you know what, stop lying, kind of a thing. But it's so obvious sometimes. People, I think very few people really use the checklist. It's there, they use it as a bit of a guideline, but everybody does their own thing. And once you start forcing people my way or the highway, people really get annoyed very quickly, and that's when you really lose support fast. There's also another side to it. It's all very well if you can switch the facility on and off, and Zibo is very good with it. I'm really impressed with how Zibo determines, you know, to have a real or a simply option in the EFB, because simply, you know, obviously will not enforce anything where real will force things. But if you look at the barrier to entry to fly this aircraft like I'm flying it, you're not talking about a week or two's practice, you're talking about years of practice. You're talking about actually understanding the Boeing, what it cannot do, what the limits are. You know, when I take this thing in my hand and I start throwing it around, I'm very aware of the limits, you know, not to rip the wings off and things like that. But a new guy, the barrier to entry, if he buys into using the Zibo, you know, even though it's free, but now he wants to get it, and he's forced to spend 6 months learning the systems. I'm just giving an example. Boy, the guys are not going to be happy.
Runway vacated, Giuliano.
Awesome.
Okay, no bill on. I catch my ILS.
Got your visual, Kevin. Christer, yeah, we've had quite a few complaints. There were 2 specific conversations, each one of them lasting about 5 hours on the Ultimate Discord. Literally about 2-3 days from each other, you know, where people really came and complained. They were not happy with the way that Zibo is making it so realistic. I tried to reason with him and I left, and then I just went and fetched popcorn and I watched the rest of the gang take them on, because no man, don't have time for that. Right, so our first deceleration point is about to hit us in about 2 miles. It will probably take us down to about 210 knots or something, so we'll use a bit of speed brake to assist. And flight level 050 will be transition, where after we'll do the approach checklist. Sorry guys, I just want to change the setting here. Sure, Christer, you and I can perhaps argue that way, but there are a lot of youngsters. In fact, age has got nothing to do with it. There was a guy on the forum that was so rude with me a couple of months ago that I told him not to even bother trying to ask me for help ever again. You know, that's how rude he was. Age, not really a factor, but you get guys who are new to the flight sim and they just want to get in and play. You know, they're not really interested in flying properly like you and me and the other guys here. And for them it's a pain in the ass to have to go and study and read and learn. And so, again, that's probably one of the reasons why Zibo brought in the simply option, so you can keep it simple, you know. But for us, we want the real option. So good philosophy in the design there.
I'm taxiing.
1000 to level
Going to
off.
pass. Back in a minute.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
You're all in London, aren't you?
We're about to land in Ireland in Cork.
Too late to get.
Don't worry, there's a flight this
Approaching
evening.
transition.
Yeah. I'm just taxiing now, Erwin. I'm a bit late.
I thought it takes.
800 Zulu is like...
yeah, it's 10.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Way back.
Was yours a smooth flight today, Uncle John?
First ring, flaps 1.
Hopefully, Reg.
Flaps 1 set. Transition level.
Alright, so let's get that little widget of ours and get our... I think that's a checklist, approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters. QNH 1008 set. Altitude passing 4,139 now.
Second
Approach
ring, that's
checklist
flaps
complete
5.
at 1000 to level off. Flaps 5 set.
1000 to go.
As we make the turn and level off, we will be at that next ring, so we'll be geared down and flaps 15. Okay. Before we do that, we need to lift our speed brake, otherwise we're going to be penalized. So let's arm it instead of use it.
I'm watching you coming in, Giuliano and Nico behind you.
Awesome. Aviator, good morning. She's behaving rather well. The Microsoft speech engine bombed out. Nothing she can do about it, or I can do about it. I'll have to reboot to get it going again. Other than that, all good, my friend, all good. So there we go. Gear down and flaps 15. We're on the localizer, so we can use the approach button.
Flaps 15 set. Localizer capture.
And when we get to that last ring, which is 1 mile ahead of our final approach fix, we're going to pull flaps 30, which is our landing configuration. Ooh, Giuliano, I'm going to catch you, my friend. Let's quickly try slow down.
Landing, no belong, landing.
I'm going to
runway vacate quickly for you.
Okay, thank you. All right, sorry. Your aircraft actually appeared in the sky right in front of me. That's why I got worried there. But I see it's an FS Cloud problem. It's not the Giuliano problem. Thank you, my friend. I am fully established. I'm on flaps 30. We are set to go.
Glide slope capture.
All right. So what we're going to do? The landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Flaps.
Landing checklist complete at.
Right, so our next procedure is going to be the after landing procedure. Alright, so I hope you guys see how those rings assist, but like I said last night as well, just make sure that you do not fixate on the rings and that you are too fast, because you can break your flaps off, so be at the right speed.
Giuliano, you have to go to the end of the runway. There's a turn off at the end of the runway. You'll not slow down enough in time to turn off on the actual taxiway.
Hello, Anthony. More.
Nice landing, Giuliano.
I'm glad, Tristan. Right, so I have matched my little triangles there for my hardware throttles with the actual lines on the N1. I'm going to switch off my auto throttle now and just keep my eye there that it doesn't slow down or speed up. And when we get just about at the...
Taxi lights on.
Thank you. When we get to about the decision altitude, we'll kick off the autopilot as well. This wind, 16 knots from the right hand side. This is going to be fun landing here.
Approaching minimums.
Right, autopilot
when you land.
400.
Yeah,
300.
Minimum.
And
200 minimums.
Flight slow.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Flight slow.
100.
Flight slow.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed break up. P remaining.
Yes, I'm deflecting.
Auto brake in use.
Yeah.
Nice landing.
Thank you so much.
60 knots.
But it pulls, eh? That wind pulls.
Yeah, it does pull, eh?
My hands are so full I couldn't even cancel my
stabilized
reverse thruster there. Yeah. Giuliano, you're gonna turn around? Or are you actually off the runway? Oh, this thing jumps around, okay.
Stop.
Look, I'm gonna turn in behind you then. You can taxi. I wanna see a replay of this, man. This was wild.
You'll have to taxi quick.
I'm on final.
Because John's coming in.
That's fine, Uncle John. We don't love you that much. You can just come. I'm kidding. We love you that much. You can come. That's what I wanted to say. I'm off at the end of the runway, so unless you don't stop, you won't hit me. Don't worry. Now, 215 foot per minute landing. That was not bad at all. Not bad at all. Look at that rally driver. Go, Giuliano, go! He's coming!
Far all over again. But now without mist.
Yeah. Hey, made it. Congratulations. Well done, Giuliano. You made it. What a runway. What a runway. Beautiful approach, Uncle John. Oh, that wind, it's coming from your right hand side, so you have to compensate, eh? It's gonna pull you hard right if you don't compensate. Yeah.
Yeah, good landing, Uncle John.
Very well done, very well done. Okay, come to the end of the runway and then turn behind me and then we can taxi together, Uncle John.
After landing procedure.
This was fun. I love this.
After landing procedure completed.
On runway 34.
The next time I will fly with you on FS
Flaps
Cloud.
upset.
Awesome.
Install it.
Finally on my way.
Good stuff.
Finally, Reggie.
Yeah, no sound in the cockpit though, for some reason. It's weird having no sound in the aeroplane.
Just check your sound settings.
Yeah, no, I've looked at that. Makes you think more.
Yes, Christer.
Okay guys, I will leave you
Approaching
here
07.
and we'll see us next time. Nico, you told you were flying tonight?
Yes, sir, definitely. Yeah.
Not sure.
On runway 07.
See you guys, have a nice
100%. Enjoy yourself.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright, so let's do this. Now we go. Procedure. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Okay, I'm not going to do anything else. I want to see a replay, so I just wanted to shut
Shutdown procedure completed.
Thank you. All right, so the things that you're not going to see right now is the shutdown checklist, the secure procedure, and the secure checklist. But I really want to see a replay. And maybe take a little bit of a picture here. Right, let's go.
Uncle John, I got 2 excellents.
Oh, very good. Windy conditions as well.
Yeah, look at that crab. Look at that crab. You can just see it's coming skew. Lovely. Somebody's replaying right through me, but that's okay. Oh, that's Giuliano. Oh, look at that, man. Come on, Giuliano.
Very nice.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Gonna go through you now. Sorry about that. Hello, Giuliano. Oh, guys, that was excellent. That was excellent. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try and get the speech recognition working. It's obviously a Microsoft fault on my system, so hopefully tonight I can show you the speech side of Linda, but I think we're all in agreement there's great potential here. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye.